now. We'd
Boom,
be
boom.
like, we hear imaginary theme music right now.
That's our theme music. We need theme music, everyone.
Yeah. Good
Coming at ya.
morning.
We are live. It's the Coffee Confessions with
live.
Mommy Dash.
Happy Tuesday. Groundhog Day.
Happy Tuesday.
Every day. Actually, it's Cinco de Mayo.
You know what? That's right.
Feliz
It's Reagan's birthday.
Cinco de Mayo. Oh, is it? Happy birthday,
It is.
Reagan.
Too. Yep, we still have the crazy man.
Aw.
Yeah.
Birthday.
But yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
Are you doing a party?
I am now.
Yeah.
I am now.
We do. Hey, Jenny. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning, Melissa.
We totally
Jenny.
celebrate. You know what they have? Although his belly could be a little funky, I know. Those like dog ice creams.
Yes, they
Frosted
do.
Paws,
Yeah.
like kids. The dog doesn't even really like them, but the kids always want to buy them. And
On their birthdays. Hey,
On their
Caitlin. Yeah.
Morning.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
know it.
all right.
We got to do something. We have like a little like crown for him and stuff.
Yeah.
With his new haircut. Did you guys check that out? My Instagram stories. Oh my God, his new haircut is
Nice
to die for.
I thought you did a great job.
Jen, what is the problem? Scott's like, you couldn't even it off. I'm like, well, it added texture.
My dad, my parents get their poodles groomed, but on the in-between when they get like, matted, my dad gets out the clippers and
Jim D'Amato has always done our dogs. He always did Abe Lincoln, but so that's the deal there.
Yeah. Yes. So how is everybody?
Good morning. How are we surviving? Jenny, your dog got a haircut too. Good. See now?
Yeah. Are you thriving or surviving?
Oh God, I'm surviving and I'm
not thriving.
Well, that just is our that's our confessions today. I mean, we could elaborate, but
yeah, it's it is. I think if we back up, because we're in week 8, right? Week 8 of the pandemic.
Like
March.
Yes.
March.
Yes.
We mark it as March 13th was our last day at school, Friday the 13th.
Right.
And we celebrated Alicia's birthday that weekend. And then all heck broke loose. And then that was it. But this is
Jenny's surviving,
I believe. And just so all you, I mean, everyone here is a mom pretty much. All you moms and teachers have like a frame of reference. If this was summer and we were home, sounds like the last day of school, right now it would be like August 17th. Just to put that little frame of my, because I did right today. I was like, how long have we been home? Like to give me a time frame. It'd be like we'd be going back to school. Like we would be setting up our classrooms. We'd be starting fall sports soon. Like it, just to give you that idea of how long we've been home.
Meanwhile, we have to get into our classrooms to clean them up. I don't even know what that looks like. Nobody knows what that looks like, by the way. Nobody has any answers, but that's another coffee confession for
nobody knows.
Yeah.
And
no one knows anything.
It's just that nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It is what they need to get done for September is overwhelming and made my head spin when we had a faculty meeting yesterday. And I won't obviously elaborate on anything, but it's insane.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So, we've been home 8 weeks. And I think in the beginning, we were like, really embracing the idea that we had like the silver linings. I even started writing a book. I started writing a book about silver lining and how we had all this time and it's a blessing. And, we're going to flip the script on it. That was the name of the book.
Yes, Melissa. Yeah.
Yes.
Flip the script. Yeah.
The book ended after 10 days. I really was like good about like every day I'd sit down and write. By day 10, yes.
There were no more.
Exactly what Melissa is saying. It was that there was, we didn't transition out of that. Like it's, and I'm not saying Alicia and I have been working hard on our business. We work hard on school. We have all this stuff going on.
This is your confession. This is your confession, basically.
There's no transition.
There's no end date to anything. So it's just like constantly all day long because comments are coming up about Google Classroom for our kids and then for my students. And then obviously for, our passion, and it's just like, Oh
No.
my
Oh,
gosh.
I will tell you, in my classroom, there was probably a couple stinky lunchboxes.
Oh, stinky
Yeah.
lunchboxes.
The custodians have been in there. I'm hoping they toss those suckers.
They are, but they don't have a system for that in place either. For us, for our lockers, they don't have a system for that either.
There you go.
So everyone, it's a wait and see sort of thing. And like kind of going back to what Melissa said, like my little guy, he is not good with transition. So for him, he is missing school so much because he needs routine. Yeah. And no matter what I give him, it's like, you know what our Mondays start off like. He's underneath the table in a fetal position.
Yes, because it's not this is not normal life. I mean, by any means, for anybody. And like, I'm actually a little, I'm looking out the window. My husband just pulled out the driveway, and I'm a little jealous when he goes to work, because I'm like, like, I mean, believe me, I don't want to go do his job, but like,
well, let's define why you're jealous. You're sitting home with the kids. They're not off at school.
No.
And I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But like, like I said that to my husband yesterday. I go, listen, I was like, I am not mad at you. I just need a breather. Like, this is not like fair in a way. Like, you get to go off to work.
Yeah.
I don't get to go off to work. I'm here at work, but the kids aren't in school. Like, what I wish for is for them to be at school and me to work here.
It's not the same.
This is not the same.
This is like, we're expected to do our job, which we are happy to do. It's our job. We're paid to do it. We're professionals.
Right.
But it's like you're doing a job while you're teaching your own children, while we're working on our other, businesses, while we're cooking dinner, making lunches, doing this could be a whole nother confession, have never been worse on laundry in my life. Laundry is like all over. And I'm home 24 hours a day, but that's the point. I cannot figure out my schedule. Like,
I know.
We're doing, hi, birthday boy.
There's the birthday boy. There's the birthday boy. And like, I hear you. And like what Jenny's saying is like, one of her kids is fine and one of them isn't. And that's what I have here too. And you do too. It's like, oh, but Luca's doing great. But, Bella's or Maddie's having, it's like a whole,
And they flip-flop.
Yeah.
Like, one day everyone will be okay, and then the next day.
It's
just hard. And we have not.
I'll be right back.
Our confession is we have not figured it out, basically. Like we don't know what to do. And Alicia and I were really talking this morning about, like, we need to figure out, like, time.
Oh, that's a good idea, Melissa.
That is a good idea. And that could be a whole nother confession. I don't expect a lot out of my kids chore-wise. Like, I talk a big game that I'm going to be like, you have to do this or you have to do that. But they suck at them a lot of the time. And then I end up doing them by myself. And then I lost my shit last night. Like, screaming. It was right.
It's like, we both lost.
We both did. Like, night. I screamed. Like, when your stomach hurts because you scream so bad? Like, that's the kind of screaming. Yeah. I, like, yelled. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
And what was your husband's response? Was he like
he was very, I will say he doesn't like when I yell like that. I think it scared everybody. And he's like, immediately got up and was like, we'll echo, like almost like my backup. Like, he was like, yeah, like, everybody get up. But then
my God,
screaming. Like, he like scattered, like, oh crap, she's losing her mind. And he was like, but then the kids, it wasn't good for anybody, because then the kids were like, what is going on? Both my parents are screaming at us. And honestly, at that point, they were all peacefully sitting doing something. It was like 8:00, 8:30, Luke was on his computer, and Bella was like doing whatever. But I walked back upstairs after meeting with you, and there was like, they had all had a snack again. And there was crumbs everywhere. And it was, and shoes. And I was like, I just couldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I walked into the bathroom and there was a toothbrush on the floor. That's what put me over the edge. Why is there a toothbrush on? Who put it in the garbage now? You have a toothbrush on the floor?
I know.
And I lost it.
And I don't know, like, you guys who are watching, like, I said to myself, like, okay, Lily is a slob. Like, her room is a slob. And, I've like posted about this and stuff. And then I said, Alicia, just close the door, because I have been preaching at her. And I say this to her, honey, I've been preaching at you since you're like 3 years old, teaching you methods, giving you organizational things.
Yeah.
Nothing works. And, she's like, Mommy, this is just the way I am. And so I'm like, do I just let her be in her own disgust and just close the door?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. So then when I see a toothbrush on the floor or whatever, it depends on what mood I'm in. Like, do I teeter, like, do I even say anything? Because that toothbrush is going to be on the floor again the next couple of weeks.
It's not correcting behavior. No.
So I just don't know. Like, I've been teaching my kids. Jenny said she's been teaching her kids to put away. So I've been teaching them to just collect all of their clothes in their hamper and then take it downstairs and put it into the laundry room.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of teaching them things that they can't like mess up. Like Ben has to take the garbage cans in, but sometimes he loses his mind over it. You guys know, coming over, and when she cannot find something, it is her fault. At least, Melissa, we've been that we're like, we know why you can't find anything. It's like lost in your bed, and we don't help her find it. But she doesn't learn from that either. There's no, this is what I say, there's no learning curve with my children. There's no learning curve. No one's like,
maybe we just don't
learning.
See that. Like, it's going to happen, but okay. So I will tell you, because my daughter is the exact same way, as you know.
I know. They're like the same person.
It's like her room. And when she cleans her room, she's 13. She's more than capable of like cleaning her room. And she does a lovely job. Everything looks like a Pottery Barn catalog when she's done. And her room is beautiful. She has she has a nice room. A very like lovely room. But when I find wet towels on the floor and like, I go over the edge, but then I'll complain to my mom, and my mother will say that I was the same way. I don't believe that for a second.
She's getting you confused with another child.
Yeah, I was not a slob. But then I'm like, well, maybe I was. And now I'm I'm not a slob at all. I like everything very neat. So then I think, well, like Melissa's saying, like, it's just a thing. Like, she has to.
Yeah, and she said she's not hit rock bottom yet.
I would think Bella has hit rock bottom, but apparently not, because I have screamed like a lunatic. But I think it doesn't matter if we're screaming or.
And when she loses something, and I don't know about Bella, but when she loses something, she's like, I can't find it. And this drives my husband nuts because she's not literally looking for it.
Same. She's crying about not knowing where
it is. Trying to teach her to backtrack her steps. It's like, and you're right. Like, hopefully Bella and Lily will be neater later on in their lives.
Yeah. They'll figure it out.
I don't know.
They'll figure it out. It's not their priority.
It's
not important to them. I think that's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not important to them. Like, when I walk into her room and I find bowls in the corner, or like, that's not even supposed to be in her room, and blah, 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 blah.
I know.
And that makes me nuts, because it's not her. She doesn't care if there's food in her room, or that her bed's not made after I said, make your bed.
Yeah.
150,000
I know.
times.
I can't. It's a phase.
I'm hoping it's a phase. It's got to be a phase, right? Like
it. Like someone once said that to me. Actually, if she's ever listened, Rachel Bergner. She said to me when they were very young. She goes, "Just think of everything as a phase. It's a phase." So
it's good advice.
Most things are a phase.
Yeah.
Unless you have Ben Martin, who needed to go to sensory stepping stones because.
Morning, Lori.
It wasn't a phase anymore.
to use, I know I say this all the time, and my mom always says it, this too shall pass, right? Everything will. Mm-hmm. We could say that about the pandemic. This too.
And it will.
One day. I should video her room.
I did that.
I did video
and post in the Mommy Dash. And she goes, no, Mommy, don't. And then it's like, but nothing works. Nothing works right now. And I love that they're
trying to help us. Shame them into cleaning their room, because it drives me
crazy.
Drives me
bonkers. It's bonkers. I have to my dog keeps opening up the office door, and then I got to get up and close it. So that's our confession today.
That's our confession, that we're just a mess. Our confession is that everything is a mess right now. Our lives, our kids' rooms, and I am, and this is me.
I'm going to do it again.
I know you should. I know she could feel the same way. We're home all day right now. And there is a sense of like when my husband comes in from work at 5:00 and if the house isn't really neat, I get like defensive right off the bat of like, and the house it's neat, but
he wouldn't even say anything.
Yeah. And both of our husbands
Scott would never either.
Be like,
no,
they're not like that at all.
No,
but myself, I would, yes, we would do that to them. But I think because it's our own expectations, and where that's very true. I think the more we fight against it, like and then it puts me in a bad mood because I'll look around and in my head, I'm like, he's probably thinking, what did she do all day? Which he's not, and Scott's not. I don't think they're thinking that at all because they know what he did all day. But it that makes me feel even worse. Like I should be able to do all this stuff and handle this. But
you're right.
In reality, I don't think I can handle working really 2 jobs, teaching 3 children.
I'm not handling it.
Cooking 1,000 meals, cleaning the house. The dogs, they stare at us all day waiting.
The dogs always need something. And it's
always
like us. Who needs to get on the Google Meet? I have to get them on. Who needs to get on that Zoom and put in that? Who needs to be on virtual dance class or virtual? That's like, I'm whispering so my husband doesn't hear because he's now finagling all of that.
No.
That's another confession. So I'm going to wait for Thursday.
Hold on to that.
I'm going to hold on to that one. But
hold on to that. I know.
mean, it's not that he's not helping. So it's just, we'll wrap this one up.
It's a lot. So our confession is we're disasters. And it's okay if you're a disaster too. If you're not a disaster, let us know your secret to success. Because
Right. Exactly.
Maybe your children are grown and married and that's your secret to success, that you don't have kids at home.
I think the older your kids, and please correct me if I'm wrong, like I think the older they are, the more independent in their work that they are, the easier it would be. So like my friend has like a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old. And I think she finds she's almost bored. So
I will say, like, if I just had Bella doing school from home, I don't do anything. Like I haven't logged into a Google Classroom. I haven't.
No.
There's nothing like, and she's a good student. Like, so you might have a 13-year-old that needs a push, but
like, I get a lot of those.
13, I think I would still have to be like, let's log into Google Classroom. But the other 2, I mean.
Oh, first grade and 5 years old. God bless you, Sharon. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's hard. We have so Jen has a 6-year-old, and then I have an 8 and a 9-year-old. So the 9-year-old is she'll be 10 in October, but she's very like, yesterday she had to do like a science experiment. She did it all by herself. She did lose her mind. She couldn't do the draw feature, and I was like, "You're losing it."
I hate the feature.
Google stinks for the draw feature. I got to say, Microsoft is better. And I'm working on 2 different platforms, by the way. So I'm a Microsoft school and my kids are a Google school. So I'm like, okay, what? Who's on first? So nothing's even consistent. So
it's a lot.
Breathing.
One more quick confession. When we have the draw feature and I have to Maddie has to do math on it. Guess who does the math writing? I just write it myself. He does the math. I'll say what number. He'll say 5.
Yeah.
I'll make the 5. Because here's my feeling on that really quickly. My educational principles. He's not learning how to properly make numbers because it's so.
No, they don't have the fine motor skills for that either.
It's not like helping. It's not good for motor skills. It's not good for anything. It's like frustrating to him. So and the box is this big. And I'm not complaining. It's nothing to do with teachers.
No.
It's just the way it is. So I do the numbers. Sometimes I use my left hand so it looks a little funky like a kindergartner did it.
I do the same.
But I do it.
Brain pop drawing tool. I draw them every time. Because it causes so much frustration.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't really care. It just doesn't. Where's the Atlantic Ocean? I'll put it there.
Yeah. Tell me what it is.
You tell me. I mean, obviously,
I wish it was like a drag thing, like a label.
Yeah. It's awful. Everything's awful. Sorry.
Anyway.
All right.
So many questions today.
Oh, I type.
Thank you, Sharon. Same. Yeah. I type. I even type for Lucas sometimes because he's probably my smartest, my brightest kid, and has these amazing ideas, but he cannot, his ADHD brain, like his fingers don't move as fast as his brain does.
Right.
So he'll say, "Can you type for me?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I just keep going. And so his punctuation might look great, but it's all his thoughts. You know, I can't, ooh, arrows for click and drag. What do you mean? Because I have to look.
Wait, on Brain Pop or on Google?
Google Draw. Ollie.
Google Draw is, she was also using the wrong thing yesterday. It was making this, I was like, that's not the draw feature. So they don't learn. She didn't learn this. Like this is, and I'm gonna pat myself right on the back. I always use computers in school. They don't drag my instruction. They're a tool. And so my students have not struggled. And then they fake that they're struggling. And I'm like, oh, no. They've been using in my classroom.
Yeah.
But like Lily said, like, she's like, I don't use computers. I don't know. So that's the hard part.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
This will definitely be a wake up call for everybody.
On the keyboard. Oh, the draw features on the keyboard. All right, Kristen.
Use the arrows.
So much.
You have to try it.
Are you a teacher too, Kristen? Or are you just really good at this stuff?
The tech savvy mama. Yeah.
Tech savvy mama. All right, guys.
All right. Thank you for joining us
And listening to us better
with our messy kids and work resistant children. We hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you Thursday.
We'll see you Thursday.
Oh, she teaches kindergarten. Even
Kristen,
you're our hero.
I don't know how you're doing this.
I give props to all the primary teachers having to teach what I can't even imagine. Putting together.
I couldn't do what you do either. I'm lucky I get away in 7th grade. I can tolerate.
And you know what? It's so the kindergartners, they miss their the love relationship. It's like
yeah.
They miss them. Yes. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you.
Teacher Appreciation Week.
Yes. All right. We'll see you guys Thursday.
See you. Bye.